Are you afraid of presenting in front of a big audience or get nervous in front of a crowd of people? Then you have glossophobia. But what even is glossophobia? Merriam-Webster defines glossophobia as the fear of public speaking or of speaking in general. With public speaking comes a lot of benefits. For example, you'll get a huge confidence boost and you have more confidence to do things in your everyday life. You also experience better grades. I experienced this last year in 7th grade. Last year in 7th grade, I would always be afraid to ask questions because I thought my questions were either dumb or people would laugh at me. And this resulted in me not knowing the concept too well. And because of this, I would do poorly on quizzes and tests. And this was because of two things. I lacked the self-confidence and the public speaking skills. My experience was last year in English class. Last year in English class, we had a presentation that we'd worked on for weeks and weeks. Prior to this, I had not done anything that involved public speaking, so I didn't know what to expect. When I got up there, my nerves got to me, and I blanked out and forgot everything about what I was going to say. After this point on, I was determined to get good at public speaking, so this would never happen to me again. One of my favorite quotes from Regina Brett is, "Over-prepare, then go with the flow." What this means is over-prepare, so know your material really well, and keep practicing and practicing until you fully memorized it, then just go with the flow. Just think of it as another practice day, and don't panic over it being the big day. My mentor, Mr. Khajeie, the upper school English teacher, says that one of the best things to calm your nerves down is moving around. Whenever you move around, what most people like to call it is you're spreading your nerves around your body, which calms you down and gets you less and less nervous. He also says think positive things. Whenever you think positive things, your mind will be more focused on what you're trying to do, which is your presentation. But with all these benefits also come some hurdles. Some hurdles I've experienced is time. The time it takes to prepare a whole presentation is tremendous, and you have to put even more and more time and effort into memorizing the presentation and making it flawless. And you also can't eliminate glossophobia, but you can reduce it with more and more practice. Someone famously once said that a fear always stays with you. It never leaves you, but there are those who choose to break it and those who choose to stay with it. And for me, finding a topic was hard because if I found a topic that I didn't like, I wouldn't be able to pursue it, and I wouldn't have much experience with it. But some more hurdles are overcoming everything. In public speaking, you have to overcome many things. In public speaking, you have to balance many things. For example, how much you move around, the tone of your voice, and many other things. And also, overcoming the nerves has been hard for me, and many others. Lars Sudman, a professional public speaker, says that public speaking is broken down into 4 things, or known as the code. C for content, what kind of content you put on for your presenters, and how eye-appealing it is to everyone. O for organization, how you organize your presentation and how it flows together. D for delivery, how you deliver your presentation to your audience, and how you talk and how you say your things. And probably the most important one to me and many others is E for effect, what kind of effect you put on to your audience after they leave, and how different they feel from when they started to when they left. He also says that using the elephant method can be useful, but you're probably wondering, what is the elephant method? The elephant method is, for example, let's say I spilled coffee on my shirt 10 minutes before my presentation. Instead of going around fretting and looking for a new shirt, I should just go out there and tell them what happened. But on the other hand, if I go out there trying to cover my coffee stain or getting really nervous right before my presentation, I will do bad. This applies to me right now because right now he also says that telling your audience how you feel is useful. And for example, right now I'm feeling pretty nervous. Research shows that glossophobia is the second most common phobia in the world after death, with 75% of the world dealing with it. And if you think about it, that's a lot, considering how many people are in the world. But with all these hurdles, there are ways to get better. One way I've experienced to get better is practice. The famous saying, practice makes perfect, applies here. The more and more you practice, the better and better you'll get at it. And don't overthink it. Just think of it as a normal presentation you're doing in front of your family, friends, or anybody you're comfortable with. And also expect positive things. Whenever you expect positive things, only positive things will happen. On the other hand, if you expect negative things will happen. To me, public speaking is like a test. At the beginning of a test, you study and study for it as much as you can, just like you do for a presentation, and try to memorize everything and all the information. Then when you go out there before your test or before your presentation, you get really, really nervous and think you're going to fail and do really bad. But at the end, when you see your presentation or you look back at your test, you see that you did fine and way better than you expected. So ask yourself, are you going to let your fear hold you back? And are you going to let your fear not let you do things you would do in your everyday life? Or are you going to go out there and fight your fear?